was your $0 back with my second to last SummerSlam review in 2011. It was better than 2010, let's just be honest here. And again, 2011, I gotta say, was better than 2010. So there's that, but that's not saying a whole lot. But anyways. August 14th, a Raw and SmackDown event. Again, WrestleMania 28 was the last time that the brand split was a thing until 2016, which we'll get to, the last one. At the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. This is the third SummerSlam night that was in the Staples Center. We did it 2009 and 2010, and this is the third one we did. But this show is not remembered as much, and I know why Wrestling Rampage said this show sucked. This show did not suck. It was better than 2010's, but the way you remember SummerSlam 2011, except for one thing at the end, or one thing after this show, which we'll get to. Oh God, stick the winner. Oh Jesus, because the main event is. Now I go back to Money Bank 2011. CM Punk walked out with the WWE Championship. Or so we thought, because he was still under contract until 2014, and we all know what happened. The Rumble, which we'll get to soon. Punk came back like 2 weeks later, or a week later, or whatever, after John Cena. Well, the WWE Championship was vacated, and Triple H took Vince's place. Hope to God that I wish that would have happened in real life. But Vince still runs the organization. Come on. So Ray wins this tournament to become the WWE champion, and then immediately at the end of the show, he lost to John Cena, was supposed to be fired, but Triple says, you're not going to fire John Cena because he's going to face The Rock at WrestleMania 28, which we already did back in March, so there's that. And then afterwards, CM Punk comes up with his new theme, which is his current one he's using in AEW. And then this leads to this Undisputed Championship match between both WWE champions, and Triple H is a special guest referee. That's really all the build-up was for SummerSlam. This felt like a random Raw or SmackDown, honestly. So yeah, like this, a random 6-man tag team match between Kofi Kingston, John Morrison, and Rey Mysterio defeats The Miz, who cuts a weird promo, said he returns to SummerSlam. You were at SummerSlam last year. R-Truth and Alberto Del Rio, will get to him at the end. This was just a Raw 6-man tag match. This was just a fine 6-man tag team match we see on Raw. But honestly, I felt should have kept Ray on SmackDown all this time, because he belongs more on SmackDown than he's in WWE, honestly. I give it a 6.5. Anyways, then we have Mark Henry defeating Sheamus by countout. This was a good match. Terrible ending. I understand you want to protect both guys, but Mark Henry is going to run after the World Heavyweight Champion. Sheamus was not. So, I don't know why you should have Mark Henry beat Sheamus by pin. Whatever. This was a good match. Not as good as Mark Henry's Big Show, but I get another 6 out of 10, actually. And then we have, for the Divas Championship, this is to be the last time I'm going to be talking about this. Well, except I don't think Survivor Series Cyber Sunday or Armageddon have one. No. Okay. Anyways, Kelly defeats Beth Phoenix to retain the Divas Championship. Shit match. Dud. Only a bad match on the card. Anyways, Wade Barrett defeats Daniel Bryan. This was before he got that over push. Spoiler alert, after my SummerSlam 2016 review, I'll talk about that sooner. Probably on a Saturday. This was no chemistry between these two. A 4.5. Anyways, then we have for the World Heavyweight Championship a no-holds-barred match. Randy Orton defeats Christian to win the World Heavyweight Championship. This is the second SummerSlam review. Randy Orton won the World Heavyweight Championship. The last one was 2004. Go back to that bad show. Randy Orton, unfortunately, will be a 1-month World Heavyweight Champion because he will drop it to Mark Henry at Night of Champions. Thank God for that. You know how much I hate babyface Randy Orton, or Orton in general, personally, when he turned babyface in 2004. And then that horrible feud with Triple H. And then I did not care for Orton after that. This became my hatred for him. I'm 24 years old and I still don't give a shit about Randy Orton. But this was a good match. But this feud was one-sided. I mean, literally when Christian won it at the World Heavyweight Championship at Extreme Rules, he immediately dropped it to Randy Orton on SmackDown after that. Why? Why couldn't you have Christian beat him there, and then do a slow burn to this show, have Orton won, and then you could have him immediately drop it to Mark Henry if you want to. But no, you have Randy Orton won on SmackDown. Why? Christian, unfortunately, did not recover from this feud. He never got another world champion except that time in AEW last year when he won the other company champion. But this was a good match. I only gave it a 7.5. Oh yeah, Edge apparently appeared on the show and then left Christian hydrate. We'll see you 9 years back in the ring, Edge. Which was actually an awesome moment 9 years later at the Rumble, but still. Okay, now I'm going to combine these two matches. The main event is the best match of the night. But the ending of it... For the Undisputed WWE Championship, technically it was just CM Punk defending the WWE Championship. With Triple H as the special guest referee, CM Punk defeats John Cena to retain the WWE Championship. Now, I say retain. They're both WWE Champions. I'm not counting John Cena, this run with John Cena WWE Champion. No. This was a replica WWE Champion. They had to pretend that it was they have two WWE Champions. No. One has the real belt. CM Punk is the real WWE Champion. And John Cena was the fake one. So technically this was just for CM Punk's WWE Champion. This was a great match. These two have really great chemistry. Whenever I do that list, CM Punk will be Cena and CM Punk will be on there, as well as John Cena and AJ Styles when I talk about SummerSlam 2016. And yeah, Punk wins. He retains. I'm not gonna say he won both belts. No, that's stupid. But the way he won it, he is the GTS. He covers Cena. Cena's foot was on the ropes, but Triple H did not notice. And he 1, 2, 3, and his foot was still on the bottom rope. So like, oh, the match is gonna restart. No, Triple H didn't even saw. Supposedly, he didn't saw it. Punk retains the WWE Championship. Now, this part makes no sense. Now, they always saw this person coming for the crowd. And in the ring, attacking CM Punk was Kevin Nash, who made his return at the Rumble in 2011. Then I saw him since here. This is the first time we saw Kevin Nash in WWE since 2003. The last time we saw him, SummerSlam 2003, with that horrible ending. By the way, Booker T was hilarious. Bring back Booker T on commentary, please, for Raw or SmackDown. Can we please get Pat McAfee off there? So, anyway, he said, "That's my big homie." He was hilarious. He jackknifed CM Punk laying out your top baby face, and then this begins the whole stick before that. Here comes Alberto Del Rio with a referee in the Raw briefcase. Hands over the referee the briefcase. Bell rings. And Alberto Del Rio does a shitty insecure. It was shitty. Or a Shining Wizard, whatever. 1, 2, 3. Alberto Del Rio defeats CM Punk to win the WWE Championship. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? By the way, the match gets a 9 out of 10, by the way. Are you fucking kidding me, Vince? You have your biggest babyface, CM Punk, and then you're going with Alberto Del Rio? This is why Vince McMahon doesn't give a shit about people like CM Punk. This is the reason CM Punk's downfall began in WWE. This began its downfall. It was not his loss to The Rock, or The Undertaker at WrestleMania 29, or the loss to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam in 2013. Nope. Him getting jackknifed by Kevin Nash, and he gets cashed in on by Del Rio. And once again, they always pick the wrong people to win the briefcase. I think I may do a video on why Money in the Bank should die or should go away or something. They always pick the wrong person to win the briefcase. Look at this year with Liv Morgan. Nerdy ass Liv Morgan. I'm sorry. She's nerdy. I don't like nerdy women in wrestling. And Austin Theory, you had it with Bayley in 2019. You had it with Nikki Ash last year. Here with Alberto Del Rio. Cena in 2013, even though he didn't win the World Heavyweight Championship. But really, stick the winner. Fuck off with that storyline. That was the stupidest storyline between Triple H. This whole storyline was not about John Cena and CM Punk anymore. It was not about John Cena and Alberto Del Rio or Punk and Triple H. No, it was a Triple H and Kevin Nash. Just like 2003, except this was not as good as 2003. Because they had that sledgehammer ladder match at TLC at the end of the year. But back to the whole spoiler for Alberto Del Rio. He's going to be on that list. I do a top 8 for that. Spoiler alert. But really, you're not going with CM Punk, but you're going with Alberto Del Rio? I'm sorry. Alberto Del Rio sucks. He's no Eddie Guerrero. He's no JBL. Hell, he's no Bret Hart. So fuck him. And fuck his whole running WWE and other companies. He should never be a main champion. I'm sorry. You have a show. You have a guy in CM Punk and you should have given him a... Like I said in 2008, they didn't want CM Punk as World Heavyweight Champion in 2008. They needed CM Punk as World Heavyweight Champion in 2008. And this was the year to begin the over-push wrestlers stuff. And I'll talk about when I get to that list. But you're seriously gonna do this. You can't tell me this was a good idea. This was a stupid idea. He had 2 runs. His first one, and 9 champions by John Cena. Then he won it back at Hell in a Cell in a triple threat Hell in a Cell match by pinning CM Punk. Why? He beat Cena again, he beat Cena at Vengeance, and then the next period of Survivor Series, he lost to CM Punk. And he had 2 shitty ones, World Heavyweight Championship runs. That's all his world title was again. So that's SummerSlam 2011. I only give this a 6 out of 10. Probably worse than 2003's. But it was still a good show. Nobody remembers SummerSlam 2011 because stick the winner. This all just become Triple H versus Kevin Nash. 2 guys are not full-timers at this point in 2011. 2016 will be the last one, and I'll get back to my 2008 year review right after SummerSlam 2016 with Battle for Glory and Cyber Sunday. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, and fuck you at Alberto Del Rio. Bye.